Pinecrest is a weekend-long retreat where kids go to learn about God. This retreat happens once a year, always in the fall, as a break from all the stress of school, work, and life in general. The idea is to allow kids to build community while growing in their walk with God. We always make sure to start the kids with games. This is to help loosen them up and allow them to show some of their crazy side. Most of the games are tailored so that everyone can play, like even putting through stockings, throwing marshmallows into ice cream cones, as well as some other things. However, we do have games that are more normal, like dodgeball, basketball, volleyball, some things that everyone's familiar with. Now, the worship leader, Caleb Rainey, is going to talk a little bit about what comes after the games.
Worship, I would define as being the appropriate response to what Jesus did on the cross. So he died and took away the need for sacrifice. He made a way that we could be free and not live in shame. And I think when we go to the altar and we fall on our face and worship, that's the only appropriate response to what he did, because he's worthy of that. And you see that all in scripture, and the different ways we do it. In Psalm 100, it says that we go into his courts with thanksgiving and praise, and it says to make a joyful noise with singing. So we want to make sure that when we are in worship, it's a joyful noise. It's not a time to zone out or to focus solely on the music. It's a time to focus on God, and it's a time to give him what he is worth, and to lay it at his feet because he deserves it. We'll usually start off trying to get people engaged with a song that maybe isn't as hard-hitting as some other ones. So, for instance, we've been doing the song Alive by Hillsong a lot lately, and people get into that before, we might do a more somber song that's more reflective. I think that when people have had very long weeks, they're not wanting to jump right into that. Their hearts might not be prepared to go right into something so serious. So we'll usually start off with something like that, and then progress into just more somber songs that can be more reflective, and as well as just examining who God is and how worthy he is of our worship and our praise. So the song we're doing a lot this weekend is Reckless Love by Corey Asbury, and the one line that sticks out to me in that song above all else is that he leaves the 99. And when we talk about that, we go in the gospel to when Jesus was talking to his disciples, and he says, think of me like a shepherd who has 100 sheep and one strays away. Would he not go and find the one and bring him back to the flock? And I love that, because it just further explains how willing God is to go out of his way to find us, to bring us back to him, even when we're straying away. And it just shows his heart and the compassion that he has for us.
Now, let's have some of the kids talk about their perspective of the weekend.
I really enjoy being able to be with my friends the whole time we're here, and being able to have the connection whenever we transition into worship and the talks and the small groups. This year I'm looking forward to the prophecies, and I love the worship and message time.
But it's from this place of intimacy with the Lord. Like, Big Ben is on the river, and it's planted by the river, or built, it's not planted, but I just feel like your strength comes from your relationship with the Lord. And so I just felt like he's inviting you into this season of really like just going deep with him, because that's where your strength is going to come from. And people from...
I expect to grow closer to God. I was expecting that before I came here, so whenever I got the shirt that said grow on it, I was pretty excited.
Pinecrest, I just love the fun we get to have with our friends and the prophecies we get. I really love the free time, but my favorite part is worship, because it just gets so intense and it's just moving. I'm looking forward to reconnecting my relationship with God and just living that out in my life. My siblings, they told me all about how fun Pinecrest was, so I was like, why not? I might as well go. And I came to Pinecrest and had a good time.
As you can see, most people are coming for the community. They like the idea of getting away with their friends for the weekend and being able to relax. Now, something that no one has yet to mention is that we make sure everyone gets an encouragement card full of positive things written by their peers before they go home. The point of this weekend is to make them go home feeling more loved, more connected, and closer to God.
Like minutes after you left the restaurant that day, she said, my back pain completely left and it has never come back. And she said, I was hoping to see. Here's the
Tracy and Morgan. Who wants Tracy to win? All right. You guys started